Hello participants. This session will be taken up by Madam Paramjeet Kaur, Assistant Professor in PG Department of Computer Sciences at Shri Guru Tegh Bahadur Khalsa College, Shri Anandpur Sahib, Punjab. Her area of interest are NLP and machine learning. On the demand of many of our participants, we requested her to prepare a presentation on the uses of online tools for teaching. In this presentation, she will demonstrate the application of Google Classroom for teaching learning purpose. And in the next video, which will be shared with you during this FDP, she will also demonstrate the ways to make registration, feedback and survey forms. On her next lecture, she would also discuss ways to generate online e-certificate from Google Forms. Participants are advised to use earphones for better audible experience. So let's move on and join the session to learn practical uses of Google Classroom.
Welcome all. I am Paramjeet Kaur, Assistant Professor in PG Department of Computer Science at Shri Guru Tegh Bahadur Khalsa College, Shri Anandpur Sahib. The topic of my talk is Google Tool for Teaching. In this presentation, I am going to discuss how we can use the Google Classroom for the teaching purpose, how we can generate the Google Forms, and how we can make the e-certificates from the Google Forms. So let's begin with the brief introduction about the Google Classroom. The Google Classroom is a product of the Google, so both the teacher and the students required a Gmail account in order to use a Google Classroom app. The Google Classroom app provides a virtual classroom environment between the teacher and the student. The Google Classroom app allows the teacher to manage their coursework into the different folders in the drive. It also provides a better way of communication between the teacher and the students. The teacher can create the assignments and assign the assignments to the students, and the student can reply the assignments and ask the questions to the teacher and even clear their doubts from the teacher in a real-time environment. The main feature of the Google Classroom is that it is free of cost and it is accessible anywhere. In order to use the Google Classroom, just write down classroom.google.com or simply write down classroom in a Google search. We can log in into the Google Classroom using the two types of account. One is G Suite account and second is personal Google account. Now what is G Suite account? The G Suite account is a institutional account that is used by all the teachers to log in into the Google Classroom. Whereas a personal Google account is a normal Google account that we have and we use it to log in into the Google Classroom. We need to buy the G Suite account. Personal Google account is free of cost. The G Suite account allows the 20 teachers per class. Personal Google account also has this facility. In a G Suite account, the size of the class can be 1000, means there can be 1000 students plus one teacher. In a personal Google account, there can be only 249 students and one teacher. In a Google G Suite account, 1000 classes student can join. But with a personal Google account, the student can join only 100 classes. In a G Suite account, a teacher can create unlimited number of classes, but with a personal Google account, the user can create with 30 classes. Next is Google Form. The Google Form is highly used today for conducting the online surveys, for registration purpose, for conducting quiz competitions, or for taking the feedback from the participants. To use the Google Form, we also need a Gmail account. As like a Google Classroom, it is also free of cost. Each Google Form is connected with a spreadsheet, which means whatever the entries of the Google Form will automatically stored into the spreadsheet, and this spreadsheet can be downloaded in a text format, or it can be analyzed using the graphs, or it can be printed. We can access the Google Forms just writing docs.google.com. or even you just simply write down Google form to the Google search, you can access the Google Forms. Next is e-certificate. In this presentation, I will demonstrate you how to create an e-certificate from the AutoCAD. So AutoCAD is an add-on available in a Google Marketplace where you can download it, install it and use it. It is very easy to use and it is highly used for creating the e-certificate. Now we will move to the practical session where I will demonstrate the working of the Google Classroom and I will tell you how to create a Google form and how to make a e-certificates from the Google form. So let's move to the practical session. Classroom.google.com and press enter. I am already logged into the Gmail account, so the Google Classroom is not asking me to log in again. So this is a front layout of the Google Classroom and this is a BCA class that I have already created. Let's have a look on this class. Here the name of the class, then year of the class, and the number of students in this class is 1 student. And the assignments are 2 assignments are given which is to be due on some date. Just click on this. So this is the front layout of the BCA class. Here you could see the some post which is posted by a teacher, and here you will see the assignments which is to be due by the students, and here are 4 tabs. First is stream, classwork, people and grade. In the people tab you will see the name of the teacher and the number of students. In this class there is only a 1 student. And in the classwork tab you will see all the course material that is created by a teacher. For example, the first is fundamental of C programming is the main topic, under which the teacher has asked the one question, what is the low level language, and given a material of one material which is posted by a teacher on 12th June, and these are the further headings of the syllabus. Now look at the grades tab. Here the teacher have given the 5 assignments to the student, and here you can see the grading done by the teacher. 45 marks out of 50, 8 marks out of 10, 9 marks out of 10, and this student also resubmitted the assignment, and here the teacher has not graded this assignment. So this layout provide a quick review of the assignments which were graded by a teacher or are not. So by clicking on this we can see the number of classes in our classroom. So let's begin with the creating a new class. We can create a new class just clicking on this plus sign. Click on this plus sign. Here we have a 2 options. The first is join class and second is create class. Join class option is used by the student to join any particular class, and create class is used by a teacher to create a class. So to create a class, just click on this create class option, accept terms and conditions, and then continue. Now we have 4 sections. The first is class name, which is required one. We cannot leave this section empty. Then is section, subject and room. These sections are optional, we can leave them. So start with the name of the class. The name of the class, let's suppose VWalk. Section is, let's suppose, second year. Subject is like C programming. Room is optional, you can leave it. Now click on this create button in order to create the class. Just click here. You can see that the Vivo class is created. Now you will see the two classes are there. BCA is already created by me and BVOC is created now. You will see that there is a 0 student right now. So click on this class. To add the student, we have a two option. First is using this class code. This one, using this class code. The teacher can share this class code with their student in order to allow them to join their class. For example, I have shared this code with one of my student. Let's suppose my student is this is my student classroom layout, means how the student can join the class. The student will click on this plus sign. Here the student have an option of join class. The student will click on a join. Now the Google is asking for a class code, so that the student will put the class code that is given by his or her teacher here, and then click on the join button to join the class. So in this way the student is joined into a class. The second method of adding a student to the class is just go on the people tab. The teacher option allow you to add a one more teacher to your class. To add a one more teacher on the class, just click on this. We can add the teacher to a class by just writing down their email ID. For example, if you want to add any teacher, just write down his or her email ID here. And send invite to the teacher. In order to add a student, just click on this button. Here you will type the email ID of the student. You can give a list of email IDs here. You can add one more student here. So the Gmail account is required both for the teacher and the student in order to use the classroom. Just click on the invite button. This process will send the invitation to the student. Now look at the student layout. The student will receive, here you will see that the student receive an email from his teacher. Just click on this join button to join the class. Has joined this class. Now go to the teacher interface. You will see there the two students have joined this class. So how we added the students, just review this. How we created the class, using a plus symbol to create class. How the student joined the class, the student joined the class by pressing join class and then using class code to join the class, or the student can join the class through email link shared by teacher. Email link shared by teacher. Next is go on the stream tab. The stream tab is just like a notification tab or announcement tab where the teacher will make the notifications or an announcement to the student. Here in the upcoming, you will see that there is a no notification right now. So the teacher can post anything that he or she wants. For example, the teacher write down, "Welcome dear student, new class." Now the teacher can select the class to which he or she wants to post this message. I want to post this message to BVOC class, so I selected the BVOC, and I want to post this message to all the students of BVOC class, so I have selected all. Now at this add button, you can also add the material to the post. Just click on this add button. You have 4 sources to add the material to this post. First is from the Google Drive, second is from the link, file, and then YouTube. From the Google Drive, just click Google Drive, select some material. Suppose I have selected this one and add. You can select the multiple files from here if you want to share with the students. You will see that this material is added with this post. Till now the post is not available to the student. Just go there at this post button and click on this arrow. We have 3 options of posting the data. If I click on the post, this post will be immediately available to the student. If I click on the schedule button, this schedule button allows the teacher to this message on a particular date and time. For example, you can select here the date and time on which you want to post this message to the student. And save draft means to just keep this message into your drive, and I want to share this message right now, so I will click on this post. You can see there the post is posted by a teacher on the notification bar. Clicking on these 3 dots, the teacher can edit this post, delete this post, or copy this link to share with the others. So just go on a classwork tab to create a material for the class. The teacher has to click on this create button. We have a set of options. Just select a topic, write down the name of the topic. For example, the first topic of my class is operators. Control statements. Add one more topic. Add whiles. So I have created 5 topics in my coursework. This is a very well way to organize the content of the course. We can also move this topic. For example, I want to move this introduction to C at the first position. Just select this topic by select this topic and then drag it the position where you want this. Yes, I have posted it right here. Till now there is no material attached to these topics. These topics are completely empty. To add a material, we have to again go on the plus sign and select the material. Till now, review what we have done. Created topic, first we go on the classwork, then click on plus symbol to select topic option. Afterwards we add topics. We also rearrange the topic. We also arrange the topics through drag option. Now we want to add a material to our topic. To add material, click on plus symbol, then click on material option. Now see how we can add a material. Let's go back to the Google Classroom. Here we have a material. Just select this option. Just give a title to the material. I'm writing C fundamentals. Provide a description if you want. For example, covers all basics of C language, and then add. Till now we just give the title of the top material and then basic description about the material. Now to add the material, just click on this add button. We can add the material from the 4 resources. First is from the Google Drive. Just click on this to add a material from the Google Drive. For example, I want to share this PPT with my students, so I selected this PPT and click on add button. So you will see that this PPT is now attached with this title. I want to add one more material. Just go on add button. Now I want to share some link with the student. For this, just click on the link button. Sometime we found a very good article on the internet and we want to share that article with the student. Just copy the link of that particular article and paste here. So let's see the example. I want to share this link with my student of Learn a C programming. Just right click on this and copy link address. Select the option of copy link address and then paste here, and then click on add link. The student will be able to read from this link. Now I want to add some file from my computer, from my system. Let's suppose some Word file is available on my PC and I want to share this file with my student. I will randomly pick up any file. And just click on this. I've selected this file. You can select the multiple files just pressing the control button by selecting the files and then click on this open. You will see that this file is added to this. If you want to add one more file, you can click on this add more file option. Now upload the file by clicking on the upload button. You would see that this file is available to a student. Sometimes we want to share a video with the student. For this, just go on the YouTube option. In the YouTube option, you have two methods of sharing the video. One is video search and second one is URL. Through the URL option, you would paste the URL of the particular video that you want to share with your student. For example, you found some very good video on the internet. C programming video. Yes, you want to share this video with your student. Just right click on this, copy link address and then paste the URL of that link address here. This video will be shared with the student and click on this add button. Now click on this add button to share this with the student. Add. You will see that we have shared a PPT with the student, a link with the student, a file with the student from the computer, a video with the student from the YouTube. In the right hand side, you will see that this material is available for Bebop class. If you want to give this material to any other class, you can also select that class. Just click on this option. I have selected this material for all the students of both classes. Here you will see that this material is not under any topic. So we need to assign a topic to this material. It is not a necessary step to assign a topic. If you do not want to assign any topic, you can select no topic option, or you can select the topic that we have already created. For example, I am selecting Introduction to C. So Introduction to C, this material will be available under the topic Introduction to C. Till now the material is not posted to the student until I press on this post button. With the post button, again we have three options. First is post immediately, second is schedule. This option, schedule option, allow the teacher to post this material at a particular date or time. Then save draft. Save draft means you want to keep this material into the drive folder and till now you do not want to share it with your student. And the last option is discard draft. Discard draft means you want to completely delete this material. So I am going to post this material by clicking on the post option. The Google is posting this material to the students. Now you will see that the C fundamental material is available under the topic Introduction to C. Just click on this. You will see that the presentation, the link, the file and the YouTube video is available, and the student can view this material and learn the basics of the C language. Here you can also also edit this material or delete if you do not want this material to be available to the student. Now we have added the material to a one topic. Sometimes the teacher want to ask a question to a student, so to ask the question the teacher will select the question option. Here in the question option the teacher will write the question. For example, here the teacher would provide instructions. It's optional. Answer should be of be of 5 lines, and here you will see that it's a short answer. The student will write option is optional, you can leave it, but I have written answer should be of 3 lines. Here you will see that this is a short answer. It can also be a multiple choice question. Now from the add you can also add the material to this question. So this question is still not posted to the student. Just go on the right hand side of the layout. You will see the class to which the teacher is asking this question. Here you will see the students, the list of students from which the teacher is asking this question. Points means here you will mention a number of marks you want to give this question. For example, I am giving a 10 marks to this question. Till now there is a no due date. For example, just select a due date. I want this question to be answered by a student on 16 June before 1 o'clock. The topic for this question, journal. Now we have two options. Student can reply to each other, means the student can see the answers of each other and discuss this question with each other. If you want to allow the student to do this, just click on this checkbox. Student can edit their answer. If you want that student can edit their answer, you can click on this checkbox. Otherwise, if you do not allow the students to edit their answers once they have submitted, just keep it off. Now to ask the question, we have to click on this ask button. With the ask button we have these set of options. First is ask. If you click on this ask, this question will be immediately posted to the walls of the students. Schedule means if you want to ask this question on a particular date and time, you will select the schedule option. Save draft is same. You will save this question into your drive, and I want to ask this question later on. Discard option means you want to completely remove or delete this question. So I am clicking on the ask button to ask the question to the student. You will see that under a general topic I have asked one question, write your view on COVID-19. This question is due by the student by tomorrow before 1 p.m. Till now what we have done, we have created a material. Just clicking on the plus and click on material option. We have 4 sources of the material. Sources of material. The first source is Google Drive. Second source is link. Third source is file, and the fourth one is YouTube. So we can share the material from these 4 sources with the student. Next we have asked the question. We select question option. from create option this question and ask this question, just clicking on ask button. Now go back to the Google Classroom interface. In the stream you will see that I have posted a question, but till now here you will see that this question is assigned to 2 students and 0 student turned in. Turned in means no student have replied to this question till now. Let's suppose a student, this student is going to reply the question. The student will click on his class. Here the student will see what the material is posted by a teacher. You will see that the teacher has posted one question, that is write your view on COVID-19, and the instruction is the answer should be of 3 lines, and the student can answer here, write his answer here. Suppose on this hand in button, the student is not allowed to make the changes. After the student is not allowed to make the changes after he submitted his question, and click on hand in button. The student is able to see the classmate answers also. Here the student can chat with the teacher privately. If the student want to ask some question to a teacher in a private manner, so the student can post that question here. For example, the student write down how to solve tomorrow assignment and then click on this post button. This message will be privately sent to a teacher. At the class comment, here whatever the student will reply, it will be available to the whole class. It will be visible to all the students of the class. So this answer will be available to all his or her classmates. Now go to the teacher class interface. Now you will see that the one student is turned in, means one student has replied the question, and this question is still assigned to a one student. If you want to see only a turned in student, you will select turned in, means this student has replied the question. Assigned means the question is given to the student, but student haven't answered that question right now. At left hand side you will see that the list of the turned in student. The student, one student is turned in. Here you can provide a grade to the answer. Just write down the grade that you want to give. First you have to evaluate the answer. Is this, and you will see that no grade is given to this answer right now. To give the grade, just go there, write down. I suppose I am giving 9 out of 10 grade to this student, and this student also asked the question to the teacher privately, how to solve tomorrow assignment, and I also sent the reply to a student to basics of C language. And one more, here you will see that this is assigned to a one student and this student haven't replied to this question. Now go back to the classwork, and now the teacher want to give the quiz assignment to the student. So just click on this quiz assignment, give the title to a quiz. First quiz, quizzes of 10 marks. You can add the quiz from these 4 resources, or if you want to create the quiz by your own self, just click on this blank quiz form This is the layout of the Google form. Just give title to this quiz. First quiz for students. Add one question to this quiz. You can structure your question as per your syllabus. I want to this answer of this question to be a short answer type question. Here I will select short answer, and I want to make this question the required one. I will click on this required option. Now to assign a point to this question, just click on this answer key button. Here in the answer key you will assign the points to this question. For example, I am giving 2 points to this question, and click on this done button. So in this way one question is added to a quiz. Now I want to add one more question. To add one more question, just click on this plus symbol. I want to search and selecting this image and inserting it. You will see there the image is inserted in this question. Modify this device, making this question as a multiple choice question. So the option is, so I'm giving first option is mouse, and the last option is write your hobbies. Here you can select the checkbox option if you want to allow the student to select a multiple choices. Other option where the student will write his or her hobbies. I want this question to be a required one, so I put it here. Answer key. In this I am not going to assign any point to this question, and I'm not choosing any correct answer from this question because the student can have any hobby. I'm going to grade this option, so I'm putting 0 here, and then click on a done button. You can also delete the question that you want to delete. Just click on this delete button, or you can copy the question or duplicate the question just clicking on this duplicate button. Now this question is copied here. I want to change it. This way you can create a multiple types of questions. I have inserted image, I have inserted checkbox, I have inserted radio buttons, and one more question. I want this question to be of paragraph type. Just select here. File upload. File upload option allow the student to upload a file as an answer to your question. Means, for example, you want that the student submit their assignment in the written form, so they would want to upload that assignment here. They can select the file upload option. Here you will see that the Google is confirming that you want your student to upload a file. Then click on continue. If you want, I want this file to be of document type, so I've selected this. So number of files I want the student can upload, I will say only a one. and here you can specify the size of the file. I want the file can be of only 1 MB. The Google can accept only 1 GB of the file. So you want this question to be required one, you can click on this required button. So in this way we have created a quiz for the student, and the quiz is of 11 points. The total quiz point is of 11 points. Here at this right hand side we have a list. First is to add a question, which we are using to add a new question to this quiz. Second option is to import question, means you have already created a Google form and want to import the questions of that Google form into this existing one. You can choose this import question option. Second is add title and description. Add title and description means you want to give some extra information to the student. You can use this option. For example, so in this way you have created a one title, and now you want to move this title to the beginning. Just select it by left clicking and drag it to the position where you want this. I want this to be here at the beginning. So my title is available at the beginning. Now you want to review this quiz. Just click on this preview button. Click on this preview button. So you will see that this quiz will appear to the student like this. Still this quiz is not posted to a student. To send this quiz to the student, just click on this send button. The student through the email. Just write down the email of the student with which you want to share, or you can share this quiz with the student through this link. Copy this link and share this link through the WhatsApp group or any other messaging app with your student. So I have sent an email to a student. Let's see what the student has received. The student has received one email that is about first quiz for student. Just click on this. The student will click on this. Here the student has to fill out a form. You will see that the first quiz that you have created is available here. This quiz is responded by one student, and you want to grade this, you can give the grade here. For example, I am giving a 70 points to this student, and one student still have not submitted this assignment. Now create a next assignment. I'm creating simple assignment for the student. Give the title of the assignment. The previous one is a quiz assignment, and this is just a text assignment. Read the instruction. Add the assignment from your desktop that you want to share with your student. Select this assignment, add. Here you can select the class to which you want to assign this assignment and the students. I am selecting all the students and then decide the points of the assignment. 10 points to this assignment, and select the due date. The student has to submit this assignment before 17 June. Time is optional. Now I am putting this assignment under a topic header files, and then just click on this assign button to assign the assignment to the students. You will see that in the header files we have a assignment 1 as an option. Just click on this. You will see that the assignment is assigned to 2 students and no student respond to this assignment. This is a student interface. The student can see this assignment first, and the student will add the answers. The student is submitting this file as an assignment and upload, and student will mark it as done and click on heading. Heading means the student is submitting this assignment to a teacher. Go back to the teacher interface, refresh this stream. You will see that one student has turned in. Just click on this. You can review the assignment submitted by the student. Here you can check the assignment of the student. You can also add the comment to the assignment, just clicking on this plus symbol and select the part of the assignment where you want to give comment to a student. For example, I am writing improve vocab and at the right hand side you will see the grade option. You can give the grade to the assignment after reviewing the submitted assignment. Just give, I am giving 8 point, and just click on this return option. The student will see that he scored 8 out of 10 from the assignment. Go back to the class. Now we have discussed what is stream. Stream is where teacher can put the notifications or announcement to the students, and then the classwork, we comes to know how to create class material like this, how to generate a topics and how to add materials to these topics, and how to add assignments, videos, PowerPoint presentations and documents to the topics. And the people tab, we have learned how to add teacher to the class and how to add student to the class. We can add the student to the class using a class code or through an email link. And the last one is grade. Here the teacher can see what assignment is given by him to the students and what are the grades assigned by a teacher to a student. The teacher can simply assign the grades right from here after viewing the assignment. So it's very quick way of assigning our grades and reviewing the submitted material of the student. Now back to the dashboard of the Google Classroom. You can also create a copy of the class. Just click on these 3 dots and click on copy option. The copy option, here you will provide the name of the class for which you want to create the copy. I'm going to create a copy of second year for the batch 2022-21. This option is very useful when we want that the material that we have created for the previous batch must be available for the new batch. So this is a new class that we have created from the VVOC second year class. In this new class you will notice that there is a 0 student. So it's a new batch, so we have to add a new student to the class. But you will see that the class work that we have created for the previous batch is available for this new batch also. But all this class material is available in a draft, means it is not shared with the new student. The teacher has to repost this material to the new batch. Sometimes we want to delete the class. We cannot directly delete the class. To do this, just click on this 3 dots and select the archive option. Archive the class. Archive option allow the teacher to remove the class from this dashboard, but the class material is still available in a Google Drive folder. But if the teacher want to delete the class, the teacher has to go on the archived classes, and then you will see the list of archived classes. Here the teacher can select the class which he or she wants to delete. Just click on the delete button. This class will be removed from the Google Drive also. So in this Google Classroom we comes to know how to create post announcements for the student, how to create content material for the class, how to create PowerPoint presentations, and how to create assignments for the students, and how to evaluate the students, and how to add new student to the class. Next we will continue with the Google Forms.